All right, we cool. We rocking. We rocking. How y'all doing? Y'all know how we do on this channel when it comes to the David videos. I want to start by giving prayers, condolences, and a moment of silence to the family, loved ones, and Celeste Rivas herself. That's how we like to start these videos, by giving respect. It's not a media ticket. It's not a trending topic. Boost views and engagement and impressions and subscribers and likes and comments. This is a real life situation that a family has to relive every day because it is still trending, even though it's been months at this point, which is crazy. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some of the theories. There's been a bunch of new different discoveries and emerging details we're gonna jump into. Trap Lil Ross, he been on it all, so we're gonna rock with him on this one. And yeah, we just always start these videos by giving respect to her loved ones and her herself, because at the end of the day, that was a child. She didn't deserve none of that. I don't care if she ran away. I don't care if she was a mean girl. I don't care what kind of shit. I don't care if her parents was up to no good. And nah, nobody deserved to be chopped up and put in no plastic bags in the front of a fucking Tesla. Come on now. Nothing can justify that. I don't give a fuck if she spit in this nigga face. Smack her or something. You ain't gotta do that though. Do the Cameron. Y'all remember that Cameron movie? That one scene? I should start editing videos so I can throw that shit in there, bro. We gonna definitely get to that. But yeah, we're gonna I got two different sets of notes for this one. I want to get into some of what I touched on in the bigger picture video, the manipulation of Celeste and social psychology, and how influence and underdeveloped minds is a dangerous combination. Like, it's a very dangerous combination that most people don't speak on when it comes to social psychology. Of course, we tell our young ones, be mindful who you talk to, everything that's going on with the roadblocks, everything that's been going on since the beginning of the internet when it comes to predatory behavior in younger individuals. But, in that video, I dived more into how I feel like this situation and circumstances specifically plays into, pre-developed psychology, and how David used his influence to basically prey on the mind of the vulnerable, prey on the minds of a vulnerable child. In this case, it was Celeste. So, to me, this is the furthest extent of what happens, as I talked about. I think I named that video "When We Let Our Children Down." That was just kind of just to sensationalize it, but just to put it in a broader perspective. When the lack of discipline, structure, and intentional affection within a household leads to a child reaching for connections they may find that fill that void. Now, of course, you can come from the greatest, most perfectest household and still make bad decisions. That is not what this is about. This is not speaking to the value of decision making per se. It's just what leads, what circumstances, what situations, what environments leads to a child searching for those things. How many times have we heard of the old classic, I joined the gang, I wanted to be in the brotherhood, I wanted an OG, I ain't had my dad in the house, I wanted a family, I wanted to feel love, I wanted to be accepted. We all deal with that to some degree. We all do. I don't care how cool you is, how much of a leader you is. Of course, some people are more leaders than others. Some people are more forward thinkers than others. Some people are more unique and individual when it comes to their decision making, their choices, their expressions, of course. But at the end of the day, we've all dealt with being a young, impressionable mind, wanting to fit in with the cool group of society, the cool core of society. That's what being hip is, and what pop culture is as a whole, selling you on the cool core of society. And like I said, we've all been there to some degree, whether it plays out as rebellion, resistance, lack of understanding, whatever it may be. It leads to a vulnerable mindset where that child will look towards other outlets to fulfill what is missing within that immediate environment. You know what I'm saying? That's why usually households that have some form of structured discipline, not per se just punishment, not per se just being mean, because that's a thin line between, proper punishment, displaying discipline, and kind of just abuse. You know what I'm saying? That's a thin line, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Her trouble home, like I said, gives, because we hear about the things that might have gone on in her household. That gives no reason and no justification. Like, we're not even finna talk about that. But let me turn this fan on real quick. As we said, a trouble home, that's not justification at all. Like, the circumstances that led to this child's death, that's no justification for that. But it makes sense when it comes to the outcome of what happened and what led to this. Now, we're going to jump into some of my other notes. We're going to jump into this video before it get too deep in. But I just want to kind of lay the foundation of some of the theories that I also have to why he may not be arrested. Now, again, this case is very unique in a lot of its circumstances. For one, it's in LA. Like, I'm sorry, but anything that has to do with celebrity culture, pop culture, and the city or county or even state of California at times, it's different politics. You get what I'm saying? You never know who his manager could be connected to that may be the right person that can make certain details and certain key pieces of evidence disappear. You never know who his A&R that specifically signed him and is his handler, that specifically know this DA, that specifically know this leading investigator, that can specifically make certain key details disappear. Details that would directly tie him or someone associated with him, or directly tie him knowing what happened in this case. So we're gonna jump into this video real quick. We're gonna see what Traveler talking about, because Itachi, we have to also look at this one. I'm gonna jump into the new notes. We have to also look at the fact that when we look at the value of his artistic representation, the things he talked about within his music, the symbolism and symbolic references in his music to specific circumstances and specific expressions playing out. It's even the alter ego Itachi and the way he explains that. It's just a nasty trail of evil, bro. I'm gonna just be real. It's disgusting. It's hurtful. It's dark, bro. Like, I can imagine how scared Celeste really was in the final moments, and that's why I always go so hard to make sure we pay respect to her. You get what I'm saying? The sensationalized love, despair within his music, that kind of like dark pain of love. You get what I'm saying? He speaks heavy on that aspect. All of it in alignment is not a coincidence. That's what I want people to understand. It's not a coincidence. I said this in previous videos multiple times. Either this is the worst string of either he knows something, did something, or this is the worst string of circumstances in human history. Like, there's no string of alignments and circumstances that can be worse than this. It just can't be. Let's hop into the video.
Over 2 years.
Let me pause the music. My bad, we already 8 minutes in, but I had to get that off. This is a discussion / reaction.
Ago. So this is the post that's going around, man, and I just want to dig into this a little bit, okay? Because as you know, we cover this David case up to date. You know, we're covering everything to do with this David situation, and we're all learning as we go. And this post, I just kind of caught my eye, and I've been meaning to dig into this for a couple of days, and I do think this is super creepy. So let's just take a closer look.
I think I also mentioned that he may have occult ties, and certain occultic associations, groups, and fraternities have political ties. That's how you even get into most political seatings and chairs. You have to be a part of a fraternity. Like, that's not even a theory or conspiracy. Like, that is just how most people end up in congressmen and council and legislative aides and legislation and all of those executive seatings, A lot of those positions you have more than likely have to have some sort of fraternal connection, because when you think about it, you can't go on Indeed and apply to be a local judge. You can't go on Indeed and apply to be. You get what I'm saying?
Look at it. I've got an extension here that's going to allow us to magnify what we're seeing. Okay, so it's going to give us a bit more of a zoom in. Now it says something at the top. It says something covered in blood, and then it says something fluid to keep us alive, and then it says something. Is something? Nah, that. Okay, so I can't quite see what that.
I see some want to store it, some wish to save, some wish to store it, some wish to savor it, some drink it, some perform rituals surrounded by it. The blood is spreading through fields I see not with my eyes, but with my heart. Is the earth bleeding? Where is the?
Says, but it seems like it says
I don't know. I
something
could read
either
that. So
if
go
I
ahead.
may, or could it be till May?
Where's
And
the
then it
till
says
May?
some wish to store it.
Oh, that first one. Some wish
It says,
to
does it say
savor
blood
it.
if I may? Some wish to store it, some wish to savor it,
Some drink it.
some drink it, some perform rituals surrounded by it. The blood is spreading through fields I see, not with my eyes, but with my heart. Is the earth bleeding? Where is the something? It's just so disturbing to me because I just feel like with this
This dude is evil spirited, bro. And I cannot think of how many times I genuinely felt that about an individual. Other than Diddy, I've always felt that as a child. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel that way about Michael Jackson. It's like 50-50 with Michael. But with this dude, like, I'm not judging. I'm just going based on his pure characteristics and spiritual representation, bro. It's not aligning with anything righteous, like anything, bro.
David situation, it's like every single day that goes by, the plot thickens. We see more creepy stuff. We see more just odd, disturbing things in his past and in his career that just seem a little bit too convenient, like just a little bit too creepily lined up with events that later happen. Now, I'm not saying that this means anything specifically connected to the case. I'm not suggesting that, oh, this is proof, definitive proof that he drained the body of blood, or he stored the body and he drank the blood, or there were these rumors that we touched on this channel that, you know, he was selling merch of these white shirts with blood stains on them, and there was rumors, people saying that Celeste's body was all there in one piece. So could Celeste Rivas Hernandez been drained of nearly 40% of her blood and water?
You know, it's like, because we got to remember, she was, I believe, it's defiled when they attempt to cut the. Well, I think the body was actually cut up into multiple parts, so it's all fucked up.
That's according to the confirmed information. David also did a separate creepy video where he said a white rose is beautiful because it looks like a human drained of blood. And again, I've talked about it a lot on this channel. This whole thing,
bro, these are the people that people really bump in their headphones. These are the spirits that people really allow into their minds, their homes, their hearts. This shit is crazy. Like I said, I've seen this dude, and like I said in my first ever video about this, I've seen this dude in passing on like SoundCloud homepage. But other than that, like, these are really the artists that are creating human attachments, really spiritual attachments, because nothing about music has any physiological dimension. So it's really all metaphysical in itself. It's just crazy. Like this, I mean, it's been crazy. We've been known this, but this is an extreme case of that. Like, this is a lesson for the world, bro.
Where he is using white shirts covered in blood, white flowers, white roses covered in blood. It's super creepy. Because to me, it seems to hint towards virginity, purity, taking purity, leaving blood on a white stain. And bruh, like the person who was found unalived in the trunk was a minor, right? it doesn't get more
Impressionable minor that
white
ran away
roses,
from home
pure
and was
innocent
missing and all this other
than
stuff
what a 14-year-old
as
girl.
well.
Okay, and I don't know exactly what happened, what went down between these two. I don't want to speculate on innocence of anyone's innocence, but when you're a 14-year-old child, you are innocent through and through.
Bruh.
Okay, so a white rose being a
Don't even think about
representation of
that.
that is super weird. But anyway,
I ain't
people are
thinking about
suggesting that perhaps because she was found weighing so little, that
Nigga's a
maybe there was an
freak,
indication
bruh.
that she was drained of
Fuck.
her blood. Now, let's get into
Bruh,
some more of these
fuck.
comments, and
Like,
you'll be able
what?
to work out
Bruh.
whether or not there's
I want
actually
a nigga to
anything
put
to
the
this.
beat. I ain't never want a nigga to get the beatbox so bad. They need the beatbox challenge, buddy. I'm talking about boom, 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 burn, 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 burn every day. He ain't making it. He ain't making it out of PC. Niggas hear about this case with that paperwork. He gonna have to kill himself. I'm telling you, bro. I don't see a nigga like him making it into a cell. Like, I don't know what kind of dark Santeria, Yoruba magic he practicing behind the scenes to stay out of jail. But bro, you're gonna have to give your whole soul plus some for the world to forget about this, my nigga. You went too deep, got too dark, and you got consumed. And yeah, now it's time for the world to know. This shit is, I don't even want to get into that cultic world. That's not what I stand for. That's not what I align with. That's not what I represent. There's plenty videos, plenty books, plenty research y'all can do on this entire internet. But I'm just gonna say it's going to consume you. You don't get what you want out of it and leave. It's only one unconditional loving God. It's only one all knowing, all omnipotent, all knowing, all powerful. It's only one. So you can worship these idols and symbols and principalities, but it ain't gonna take you far. It's gonna lead you right where it led this nigga. Some fame, some money, and some torment.
This says Celeste weighed only 70 pounds during the time her autopsy report
70
because her
pounds,
body
bro.
had decomposed a great deal. Not because her blood was drained, which is what I think you're getting at. The body starts decomposing right after death if your muscles, tendons, skin fluids, and organs all disintegrate, making you comment saying, look,
He's into a corpse 764 and going into little. Okay, a corpse 764. I figured there had to be some sort of occultic association or fraternal association. In my opinion, there has to 100% be that, or this nigga's really just a wicked ass person that's just wicked on his own. Now we finna go to this Poetic Flacco video. That was just I just kind of wanted to peep that video.
I started working at the barbershop and realized I don't have any insurance.
And I threw this theory out myself. Maybe with him being bisexual, he had a boyfriend that helped him out. But I remember I threw it out almost just like on some like, what's next? Like, and that I remember after I posted that video, like the next day, I seen the theory and I was like, holy shit. I'm not gonna say I put that into the universe, but in a sense, because I didn't really put too much research or effort behind it. I just was like, at this point, bro? Somebody get this nigga the beatbox. Somebody get this nigga the beatbox.
This is not good. Through healthcare.gov, I was able to
Holy
find.
moly, donut
There's
shop,
only
my
so
nigga.
many times I could say
Nigga's
this David
creepy.
situation just keeps getting worse. I feel like with this new update, the only thing left is familiar. That's the address that the Tesla was found at. Also, David's primary residence in LA. One of those items was a burn cage incinerator.
Fuck.
Why was a burn cage at a private residence? Well, that's the question we're all wondering. So LAPD did a raid or did like a search warrant of the home. They found a burn cage in a home where a dead body was found in a Tesla outside. And they thought, this is not important. Let's forget about this. All right. And they never took it into evidence whatsoever. So one of those items that were found was a burn cage incinerator advertised to burn at 1600 degrees. Human cremations are typically performed at approximately 1400 degrees. An incinerator is not legal to use within city limits and serves no legitimate purpose.
I don't know how much more of this shit I can watch, bro. I'm so serious, bro. Like, Celeste, bro. I pray that you are like genuinely in peace and serenity, all of abundance, all of health with God in whatever space and realm you're in right now. Because that, with all the shit that's aligning, is complete torment, bro. Like, I'm not even, obviously, everything didn't happen to her, but when theories are getting to this point, bro, beatbox, like, bro, need beatbox. We need more than a beatbox. He need more than a beatbox. I'm talking about he need he need that heart ripped out his chest. Like, we gotta, you feel me, in front of the crowd with it. And I ain't even that type of person. I don't wish violence on a soul, not on a, a vulture, a real vulture. But like, I can only imagine how hard, how scared, how betrayed, how fearful, how terrified Celeste was in them last moments, bro. Like, the fact that I ran away from my blood family, no matter what circumstances and situations was going on in that household, I trusted you with my life for real. With great influence comes even greater responsibility. And David, you didn't use it right. And now we got a young soul's tragedy. Blood all on your hands, like in your videos, like on them t-shirts, like your alter ego, like all the shit you be wanting to represent. What I tell y'all about artistic representation, bro, that shit gonna be a real study one day, and I'm calling it now. Artistic representation is a real life thing. If you are not intentional about what you represent in your art, it will consume you. That just is what it is, bro. This nigga face card is the value of his character is ruined for the rest of his life. It's beyond justifiable. Only people who align with that type of heart, spirit, soul, and mentality, that's the only people who are gonna rock with him. Like, to have an inappropriate relationship with a minor alone, from the delete that stream and the pick, no, bro. That alone gets people cooked up out of here. Again, bro, these are the people that we allow into our, not we, but people allow into their hearts, their minds, their spirits through the expression of music. Protect your mind, protect the vulnerable. It's not going to be 100% foolproof, but if you got younger siblings, stay on them. Continue to just let them know the dangers. You get what I'm saying? All you can do is do your best. And at the end of the day, seeing the clips and all the new discoveries, emerging details, the extent and length he went to hide the nature of the relationship, paying people, deleting streams, deleting discords, moderating the Reddit. The ship just continued to sink, and it gets more and more sinister. From the theme of his artistic representation, alter ego Itachi, the nature of the sensationalized despair within his music, the symbolic and symbolism and symbolic references, even the play out of certain circumstances within those symbolic references in terms of music videos, and artistic expressions that he kind of does within the realm of his artistry, just all in alignment, is no longer a coincidence. We're gonna end this right here. I'm gonna leave links to these videos in the bio and the comments, as I always do. We got a lot of dope content. We're gonna continue to bang it out, bang it out, bang it out. I'm gonna try to start editing more. You get what I'm saying? Got some new equipment. We're gonna keep rocking out, bro. We're gonna keep building this thing. We're gonna keep hitting them overhead, keep them hitting them over the head with the unique perspectives. You get what I'm saying? Music, life, art. This is what we about. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, whether you like, hate it, love it. Like, comment, subscribe. It takes each and every one of y'all to make this thing a possibility. So I just appreciate each and every one of y'all. We out.